Chapter 17. A dull Brahmin boy becomes learned. Sri Guru observed Chaturmas living under Audumbar tree in Bhuvaneshwari secretly. Still his fame and name spread in all the quarters. Namdharak asks, why Sri Guru lived secretly? Why did he observe Anushthan and ask for alms? Sri Siddh Muni says, Shankar and Guru Dattatreya liked to beg alms. Sri Guru roamed through holy places for protecting his devotees. Many people came to him and harassed him, and hence he lived secretly. But though the Kasturi is hidden, fragrance cannot be hidden. Similarly, brightness of Sri Guru could not be hidden. At Kavir, there lived a Brahmin who knew Vedas. He had a dull, foolish son. His parents died in childhood. When he was 7, his thread ceremony was celebrated, but he could not do Sandhya and recite Gayatri Mantra. Local Brahmins abused him, saying, your father knew Vedas and Shastras, but you have spoiled his name. Your life is worthless. Chintamani is best among the beads. So is the knowledge for a person. A man is honored for his knowledge. A king is respected by his people, but even a king respects learned persons, as knowledge is wealth. The boy requested him to suggest means for his improvement. Brahman said, you will have knowledge in next birth. You should beg for your maintenance in this life. The boy, being rejected, went to the forest. He was thinking of giving up his life. In the evening, he reached Bhillavadi. He took darshan of Bhuvaneshwari and sat at the door of the temple. Next morning, he cut his tongue and placed at the feet of the goddess and said, if you do not be kind with me, I shall even offer my head at your feet. That night, he had a dream in which Devi appeared before him and said, O Brahmachari, why are you getting angry with me? There is an Avatari Purush sitting under Audumbar tree on the bank of Krishna. Go to him, he will fulfill your desires. He woke up and at once ran and crossed the river. He rolled at Guru's feet and started praising him. Guru was pleased with him, blessed him, and put his hand on his head as Varadahasta. At once the boy got knowledge and enlightenment. He also got his tongue back. If a crow has a dip in the Manas Sarovar, it will become a Hansa, which is a swan. So, he who touches Guru's feet will acquire all knowledge. Guru is almighty. His glory needs to be sung. Chapter 18. A poor Brahmin gets wealth. Varuna Sangam is known as Kashi in the south. Sri Guru came here from Bhillavadi and stayed near Panchaganga Sangam for 12 years. Shiva, Bhadra, Bhogavati, Kumbhi Nadi and Saraswati are the 5 rivers. This famous holy place is like Kashi and Prayag. There is a temple of Amreshwar and an Audumbar tree as Kalpa Vriksha. 64 yoginis lived here. There are 8 holy places in the neighborhood. They are Shukla Tirtha, Apavinashi Tirtha, Kanya Tirtha, Siddha Tirtha, Varada Tirtha, Prayaga Tirtha, Shakti Tirtha, Amar Tirtha and Koti Tirtha. Sri Guru lived under Audumbar tree. He would go to Amrapur for alms. In Amrapur lived a Brahmin knowing Vedas. He had a devoted wife. He had a sem creeper at his door. When he could not get sufficient alms, he would live on the boiled sems. He adorned Sri Guru with devotion. He invited Guru for alms one day. After taking the alms, Sri Guru blessed him, saying, your poverty is wiped off. While leaving the premise, Sri Guru cut the root of the sem creeper. Seeing this, the Brahmin's wife bitterly said, our means of livelihood are lost. The Brahma tried to console her, saying, there must be some good intention of Sri Guru in cutting the root of this sem. It is our good fortune that Sri Guru came to us for alms. Don't blame Sri Guru who blessed us, he will protect us. The Brahmin took away the leaves of the creeper from the courtyard, and while digging off to take the root of the creeper, he found a vessel full of gold coins. He told his wife, who was much pleased and now repented for blaming Sri Guru. Both of them went to Sri Guru and worshipped him with devotion and quoted what had occurred. Sri Guru said, don't tell this to anybody, else the wealth will be destroyed and will be destroyed. You shall live happily with your sons and grandsons. Chapter 19. Greatness of Audumbar. Ganganuja's poverty wiped off. Namdharak asked, leaving the other holy trees, why did Sri Guru live under the Audumbara tree? Greatness of Vishwatha is described even in the Vedas. Why then he preferred Audumbara? Siddha says, Shri Vishnu took Nrushinha avatar to kill demon Hiranyakashipu. He tore the belly of the demon by his nails. He took out the intestines and put them around his neck. Nrsimha's nails were filled with strong poison and caused great heat in his body. So Lakshmi took Audumbara fruits and thrust Nrsimha's nails in them. The poison and the heat of the bodies reduced, and Lakshmi and Nrsimha were pleased. So they blessed the Audumbara tree. You shall always bear fruits, and people will worship you as Kalpataru. Strong poisons will be subdued even by your side, and sterile women will get babies if they worship you with devotion. Audumbara is a Kalpataru in Kali Yuga, hence Shri Guru lived under it. Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh live here in the form of Sri Dattatreya. When Shri Guru lived here, 64 yoginis used to come to him at the midday and take Shri Guru to their place under the water of river, worshipped and offered them delicious food, and Shri Guru would return to his place under Audumbara. Brahmins wondered how this sannyasi lived along under the Audumbara and did not go down in the town to anybody for alms. Some Brahmins kept watch, but at midday they got frightened, so they gave up the idea. Ganganuj was a farmer who had his field at the riverside. At midday, he saw 64 yoginis come out of the river, bow to Shri Guru and take him to the river. A passage was created for him by bifurcation of the river water. After some time, Shri Guru returned by the same passage. Next day, Ganganuj also followed Shri Guru where he was being taken by yoginis. He saw that there was a nice place with buildings of precious stone, and there was a high, well-decorated throne. Shri Guru was seated on the throne. He was duly worshipped, had artis. Shri Guru saw Ganganuj. Shri Guru asked him, how did you come here? He replied, I came here to see thy holy self. Saying so, he bowed to Shri Guru, who said to him, your miseries are wiped off, your desires will be fulfilled. Do not disclose this to anyone, whatever you have seen here, else you will lose all instantly. Then Shri Guru came to Audumbara with him. Ganganuj came to his fields and found a treasure. He got wealth also. He served Shri Guru with his wife and children with more devotion thereafter. On Magha Purnima, Ganganuj said to Shri Guru, it is said that path at Kashi and Prayag is very virtuous. How can this be possible for me? Shri Guru said, Panchaganga Sangama is like Prayag, Jugal is in Kashi, and Kolhapur is like Gaya. If you wish to see Kashi Prayag, I shall show it to you. Shri Guru was sitting on a tiger's skin. He asked Ganganuj to shut his eyes and hold the hind part of his skin firmly, and they instantly reached Prayag in the morning. After having bath, they went to Kashi at the midday. They had darshan of Kashi Vishweshwar and went to Gaya in afternoon. They returned to Audumbar by the same evening. Shri Guru now thought of leaving the place. 64 yoginis requested him, why are you leaving us? All our miseries are wiped off when we see you. Shri Guru smiled and said, I am always at this Audumbara. You live here happily. Amrapur is also my dwelling place. Those who worship you, this Audumbara and the Padukas here, all their desires will be fulfilled, and they will get 4 Guru Charitra. One who takes bath at Papa Vinashi Kanya Siddha Tirtha worships the Audumbara and these Padukas for 7 days and sterile. If one recites a mantra under Audumbara with pure mind, that mantra will become a great virtue. 1 lakh rounds of this tree will wipe off leprosy, and one's body will be as bright as gold. Such is significance of this place. Saying this, Shri Guru came to Gangapur on the banks of river Bhima.